So, last we left off, you guys had agreed to the ritual within the Temple of Mistra. Um, the Star Guide set up the ritual and gave you essentially a vision of your last attempt to fight Archmage during the Indefinite, where he utterly demolished you guys. From there, you all woke up to find yourself once again in the ruins of the temple, as you know it to be when there were those magic chickens that one time. And from there, you decided to try to regroup at the Wild Rose Manor and teleported back there. And upon your arrival at the house, you were able to find an invitation to a masquerade ball. And that is where we are picking up. So, are there any conversations that would like to be had?
Yeah, I think Levy was gonna let Volk destroy some firewood for a bit. Well, really make some firewood. Uh, and then go out and gently interrupt her spiral.
I'm gonna say it is evening at this point, but snow is gently starting to fall.
Yeah, she'll go out there and she sees the snow and she's like, I gotta bring this clown in. It's too cold. uh, so yeah, she'll go out there and be like,
so when you come out, you see Valk has like stripped most of her armor off, and just steam is coming, in the cold, working hard.
well. She already thinks Volk is hot. You don't need to do all this.
It creates the scene.
It does. It does. Levy is thinking that she shouldn't have worried about Volk getting cold suddenly. But nonetheless, she's like, Volk, I think we got enough firewood for a small army for a hot minute now.
Valk kind of stops after she chops the most recent piece of wood and kind of looks at the decidedly large pile of firewood she's put together.
I think it's enough.
I suppose you're right.
Why don't you come inside and have some dinner or something? Do you need to talk about it? Whatever's got you really against logs right now.
Valk lets off a little chuckle and is like, I suppose you're right. Could you help me take the wood into the shed so it doesn't get damp from the snow?
Yeah, of course. Levy will pick up some firewood, bring it in.
It's probably a couple trips at this point.
I mean, yes, but she'll help.
she's kind of quietly doing it.
Levy's letting her be quiet if she needs that. Why are you mad? Okay.
And like part way through one of the trips, she just kind of turns to you and goes, "Do you think I'm a hypocrite?"
For what?
Well, I gave Demir a lot of crap for wanting to turn tail and flee the situation, whereas I'm out here hiding from the fact that I just died again, not able to help you guys.
I don't think it's hypocritical. I think you two are just scared of different things. Levy's like, huh? And she very clearly thinks that that is a false equivalency. I mean, it's real normal to be scared to die, Bulk. And I mean,
I'm not. I always knew with the life that I lead, it's an option.
if you weren't
What
scared to die, why would you be hiding from the fact that you died right now? Is the question.
it's because I failed.
Oh, yeah. Well, we haven't totally failed. We have another chance. It's not over till we're like dead and staying dead, if you ask me. Which is why I'm refusing to give up. It's not like I ain't scared. I mean, I'm fucking terrified. Everything's falling apart.
Yeah,
But
you'd be dumb not to be scared of the situation.
I mean, all we could do is, I mean, our best, which is, I mean, what we're doing. And if it fails, shit. At least somebody like really tried.
Val kind of just stops and looks up at the slight snowfall. The world's worth saving, but I don't know if I can do it. I wasn't even able to close the distance between myself and the indefinite.
Sure, but that was then. This is now. And it's a very different situation. You're not dead. And we've all been made aware of what's going on ahead of time this time. And, well, it's already happening, but I'm saying we have more at our disposal than we did that time. And it's a nasty memory. It doesn't feel good to feel like you're failing, but we have another chance. So we haven't totally failed yet. It ain't over. It ain't done. And so long as y'all are in it, I'm in it. And quite frankly, at this point, even if y'all ain't in it, I'm in it. Because, I mean, I can't fathom at this point, even as terrifying as the situation is, giving up all hope or beating myself up for not preventing it when there was no way we could have. We were completely out of our depth. And that's just how it is, I guess. I don't know. There's no way to like make it okay, but there is a way to do damage control.
I suppose you're right. Val kind of like reaches out and cups the back of your head and kisses your forehead.
Levy leans into it, and
I think we'll just need a good plan.
yeah, we'll make a good plan with our good and numerous allies this time round. And, hopefully nobody has to die for it. But, I mean, I can think of worse things to die for than trying to save the world. And even if it doesn't,
All of reality, you mean?
yeah, all of reality. And I mean, if it all falls apart anyways and we can't clutch it somehow, then we're dead anyways. So we may as well die trying, right?
Yeah. Besides, dying wasn't so bad.
You got better.
Had a personal escort to the pearly gates from Dad.
Oh, that's nice. Did he hold your hand while you crossed the plane?
Didn't get that far. Also, he doesn't have hands.
Well, that would make things a little difficult, wouldn't it?
He's a throne, hence.
I mean, look, they tried to teach me all that. I didn't pay attention. I was thinking about magic. Quite frankly, I had formulas in my head. I was seeing like every equation or something. I don't remember all that.
Well, perhaps I can help you review it while we work on Mistra's holy book, and you can help me with some of the arcane magic that I'm trying to learn so I can better deal with this threat.
For sure. Steady session. Why not? Food first, though. Feed the brain. All that.
Yeah, need to get you inside. It's getting colder.
Yeah. I was initially worried you were gonna get cold out here, and then you're insulated. She'll kind of like fluff one hand through her feathers, just be like,
Val kind of goes perfectly still when you put your hands through the feathers, and then once you're done, she kind of reanimates. And anyway, need to grab my armor. Don't want to leave it out either.
oh yeah, here I can help you bring all that in. It's a bunch of pieces, right?
Well, it's all piled up on top of her cloak, so she just kind of scoops up the cloak.
Okay.
You carry the armor pieces like some sort of fucked up Santa Claus back into the house.
A little the Santa, a lot of the fucked up.
If Toby went off to do something, as well, Levy's gonna try and make a detour and go see if he's eaten or not.
Probably after they've gotten back to the manor. He probably went up to their room to do carving and stuff as a kind of like stress relief and whatnot, and also to avoid Valk.
Levy's gonna give Valk a peck on the cheek and then go look for her boyo.
Valk settles down with a bowl of soup.
Ooh. Also, like it's It's also her room, but like if the door's closed, she's gonna knock first.
The door would actually be closed. And when she knocks, she hears. Does she say anything when she knocks? Or just does she knock?
She'll knock and call his name. Toby, you in there?
You can come in.
She'll kind of squeak in through the door just to preserve that sense of privacy and all of that. Hey, have you eaten?
No, not yet. And I want to say Levy knows Tobias well enough to know that while he's doing his wood carvings, it doesn't entirely look like he's actually making anything. Rather, he's just whittling away a stick until it's nothing. Which you see is a few other discarded ones on the floor where he's literally just whittled it down till there's nothing left.
It's just a bunch of shavings and like a few little tiny lumps that he couldn't like fully work down to shavings.
Yeah, there's a slight tremor to his hands as he works.
She'll come up next to him and like offer her hands to hold and ask, what's eating at you?
He stops. He's not looking at her yet, but his eyes flick over to her hands. And there's a deep tension in his shoulders. Until eventually, or go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say she's like trying to rub at his shoulders a little bit. Comfort.
Eventually, he'll put down the stick that he was just slowly decimating and his carving knife, and she'll see a few times where he's nicked his fingers. Not deep, just small red cuts where it's clear it was accidental of got a little too close. And eventually he takes her hands and she can feel how hard they're shaking. And he murmurs to her, I'm so angry.
Yeah? I mean, you wanna tell me about it?
I'm so angry and it feels wrong.
Wrong to be angry about whatever it is, or just not good because you're angry?
It's both. It feels like I'm wrong. I'm mad at the wrong thing. There was that vision, that dream that we experienced, and I know we all died, and I know we failed against the definite before, but not upset.
You're not upset about that?
No. All that keeps popping into my head is what Valk said.
When?
Was Levy at the roasting deck?
I mean, she was. She just was also kind of shit-faced.
When she asks when, Tobias's face kind of scrunches up almost painfully, and he manages to bite out what she said at the roasting duck.
I'm real sorry, darling. I was actually pretty drunk, and I don't remember it all that well.
Lars, what was Valk's exact words that she used?
I can't remember the exact wording, but she was, saying that she wanted to leave. Toby looks like a hurt dog or kicked puppy and wants to leave him alone. And then tacked on like your parents did or something like that. Honestly, I was pretty fuzzy that morning and I can't remember with all detail.
Wasn't it like something, he's like a dog that'll follow you around so you don't leave him like his parents did, something like that?
Not quite that pointed, but
It was obviously softer than that, but that
It was like,
kind of the gist of it.
yeah.
wasn't she like, I would roast Toby, but he already looks like a sad dog that somebody left out in the rain, like his parents did?
Yeah, about more like that energy.
Okay.
Something like that.
Tobias will repeat what Valk said.
Levy kind of reels back a little bit and goes, ugh. Oh, that was indelicate.
It's not fair. It's not fucking fair.
To have what happened to you made into a joke.
Her mother actually wanted her.
Oh,
Her
honey.
mother sent her a letter asking her to come home, inviting her to some fucking wedding. Her mother actually wanted her to be there. And her mother's new husband wanted her around too. She even gets to take her fucking family name back. Because it has meaning. Because it has value. I don't get any of that. I don't get to use my last name. It's not as important.
Clearly it's important to you. And it's not unreasonable to be upset about a situation that feels really unfair to you. It is. Unfair, that is.
Sometimes I look back at my memories and try to see what I did wrong. At what point did they not want me anymore? But I can't find one. I don't have memories like the rest of you do of good times. It was all the same. This indifference. This coldness.
Right.
Why did they even have me?
I don't know, honey. All I know is that I'm happy to have you here and now. But I know that's not gonna fix or erase the fact that your parents sucked.
You know, when we were in the dream, when we were in the dream plane looking for Poet,
Yeah.
and we had that trial that we had to endure.
Yeah.
I saw my parents in it.
She's nodding. Listening to him very intently and just kind of gently holding him around the shoulders.
And they in it they confirmed what I believed all along. And I was fine with that. And I believe I still am. But at the end of it all, I wanted to kill them.
Okay.
Sometimes I've wondered what they've done since I've been gone. Sometimes I wonder how they would react if they knew I was still alive. If they heard that somewhere out there, their son, Tobias was still alive. Is it fucked up that part of me thinks or has the hope that maybe they would be happy?
No. No. I don't really think so. I know a little bit of what it's like to wish that your parents would be happy with who and what you actually are, and be happy that you exist in the first place, at least enough to not be cruel.
Some of the tension seems to find a release from Tobias's shoulders now that he's vocalized some of these thoughts.
It's okay to be upset about that. All of that. It's not fair. And I don't know how much could be done about your parents, or how much you would even want to do about them. But you can at least tell Val that her joke wasn't all that funny. I'm sure she'd apologize genuinely.
She kind of withers a little at Levy telling Valk that her joke wasn't funny. It's kind of a look of, do I have to?
Wow.
She's gonna have to talk to her.
Levy's gonna like brush his hair away from his face and tuck it behind his ears and coo at him and be like, now I know it's not fun to have hard conversation, but you just had one with me, so I think you're perfectly capable of going up to Volk and saying, hey, can we talk? I have a problem with the joke you made about my childhood.
Like, he rolls his eyes, like leans his head away. He's like,
Look, I just don't want two people I care about be at odds with each other. They call me selfish. But it'd just be, she's not gonna know that she upset you unless you tell her, kind of deal, unfortunately.
I guess I can do that.
You don't have to do it right now. You can do it on your own terms and your own time, but I do encourage it.
I'll do it when I'm not feeling so heated.
Sure. Sounds like a good plan. Do you want me to bring up some food or something and we can just sit and eat and spend some time?
His expression grows very fond as he tells Evie, I would love that. Thank you.
She kind of just
Thank
beams.
you for listening to me.
She kind of just beams and she says, any time. Anything's bothering you, I'm right here. She'll cup his face and give him a little kissy.
Aw, they sweet.
She's gonna go downstairs and be like, go get some soup.
Soup.
She's at soup.
At soup.
What kind of soup is on the menu this evening?
I don't know, Vault got the soup first.
Something warm, something spicy.
Potatoes, carrots, rabbit. It's soup.
Soup. She puts some soup in some bowls, and if there's bread, she'll grab some bread, and she'll tell Valk that she's gonna go. Sorry, hang on. My brain just blue screened because I saw a message in the chat. I'm so normal. Anyways, she's gonna make a pit stop and tell Valk that she's gonna go eat with Toby and that he's he just needs her right now. She's doing her rounds.
Go take care of Toby. You've already helped me through my thoughts from the McFucking event.
Yeah, the ritual.
Yeah. Oh, are you planning on reading the Bible tonight, or can I take a look at it?
Oh yeah. She'll put one of the soup bowls down and take out the book, the holy book, and she'll hand it to Vault and go, no, yeah, just don't notate in there. Obviously.
The face books? What the fuck, woman?
Look, I don't know. I gotta make sure. Anyways,
The face and holy object? What do you think I am, a heathen?
I don't know what you get up to with your holy text. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Just whatever. Obviously, you're gonna be nice to the book.
Valk gives a little salute and then starts souping while reading the book.
Yay! All right, she'll bring the food back up to Toby and enjoy a nice little dinner with her fiance.
Well,
All right, cool. Thanks for coming to Leaving Time, guys. Apparently.
No, keep going. It's all good. Are there any other conversations that would like to happen this evening?
I mean, I think Demir is being kept from damaging her liver, unfortunately. So,
Lame.
yeah, real fucking lame there, Lish.
Got
Try
a nice bath and then cuddles.
You gonna do bath therapy?
I don't know. Does Demir need it?
I mean, like I think Demir is being hauled around like a sack of potatoes right now. I don't really think she has a choice.
When does Demir not need therapy?
She's gonna need it
To
even
any
more
of you.
soon.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
I think Demir is probably pretty resistant to talking about how she's feeling, but
She doesn't have feelings.
she's just has
Yeah.
anger. But
Don't forget
Lish'll,
horny.
the two
Angry and
emotions.
horny go together really well sometimes. Look.
They'll take a bath, relax, and then I think they'll wind down for the evening. And Lisha's gonna pull out his little notebook that he's been putting all of his like different notes in and battle strategies, and he's gonna kind of, I don't know. He's on the mindset of that he's going to think about what the fuck they need to win this fight and just start like brainstorming. So like we're gonna need some more allies. We're gonna need some dope ass magic items. We're gonna need, I don't know, some other shit.
At least 3 city-sized cannons.
We need, gonna need Tchaikovsky's overture to light off those cannons.
Vervain, no! Vervain, yes!
This is life. So he'll just sit with her and she can write out all of her thoughts and fears, if whatever that may be.
I mean, she probably isn't really receptive to talking much, but is definitely like tucked up at his side, and like as he's like going through his little notebook, kind of reading over his shoulder a little, but just oh shit. I had thought that Viola had more to do with this state you're in, but it turns out it was more me.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
That I dragged you into this, out of the frying pan into the fire.
Darling, I do not think that you are able to drag me anywhere that I do not willingly wish to go.
You
If
came
I was
for
there,
me, and
I came for you, but also, if there was something that caused me in the full height of my power to go and be at your side in a fight over, I think that was probably more than just you. That man was fucking with the gods.
I know. And if it weren't for me, you wouldn't have been involved. I feel like I'm the one who clipped your wings.
I don't think that that is the case. And You shouldn't burden yourself with feeling that way if I do not agree.
You wouldn't blame me no matter what I did. You're not exactly a fair judge. I can't help but wonder how many times we've been through this. I mean, and you were an archfey, and we couldn't. I mean, we're. How many times are we going to do this?
What I can tell, it may have just been the one time. It's hard to say exactly. But, darling, I may have been an archfey, and though it pains me to say it, the man was tapping into the power of a god. And unfortunately, a god I am not.
I mean, I know that. I know we are. We're we're fucked. I mean, we're doomed. We've come up against so much so far, but the shit we fought has all been, I mean, the stuff you hear about in stories and tales, like demons and dragons and beholders, and all that shit is known, and we went into that like this, and he still tore a hole in the goddamn universe.
He had a jump on us.
Did he?
He had prepared. He had prepared. We only found out about what he was doing after he had already captured Mistra. We had to push our timetable up from what it seems. We were going in half cocked. This is our chance to actually prepare and find him, seek him out on our terms.
I don't. He can prepare too. We had cards stacked in our favor. We had an archfey, and we lost. If we had all that and we lost,
do you assume that we will lose every single time?
yes.
You assume that there's nothing in this world that can stop a wizard.
Not a wizard. But I don't think there's anything in the world that will stop him.
He's just a man. A man with fancy books. And he wants something. We know exactly what he wants. There are ways to pull this. We just have to find them.
If we go in there and are killed again, I don't know what I would do. But I think I would do something stupid.
I think perhaps I would as well. But don't know what will happen. And we can only prepare. Unless you want somebody else to take care of it.
Maybe it's better that someone else does. We've given it a shot.
We've been given a second try, though. Perhaps after our second try is over, then we can pass it off to somebody else.
Don't think we'll be around to do any passing off.
Indeed, we might not have any other choice but to pass it off.
I'm sorry. I wonder if the other me, if she had loved you too. Or if she was still angry.
Which just kind of hugs her close, gives her a kiss on the cheek.
I mean, she looked to you, looked for you. The end. But we're alive tonight. And I would like to remember that we're alive tonight. She kind of reaches up and turns his head and kisses him.
Kiss back. Discard the plans for the evening.
Yeah. We can fade to black.
All right. Anyone else doing things this evening? Like sending messages?
I need to send a message
Mm-hmm.
to the hawk. I had not pre-thought out my 25 words, so let's fucking wing it.
Well, if anyone's gonna wing things, it's probably Bulk. So
Who has like 10 of them?
You just look closer, and each wing is covered with even smaller wings.
Oh
It's
god,
just
she's a
fucking
fractal.
Actually, a fractal is a really good way of describing how angels are
Honestly,
described.
fair. Fractal ASMR? Question mark?
Don't tempt me. Anyway, okay, let's go. Master Hawk, sorry to interrupt time with Father. Events are progressing, and your presence is needed. I think that covers it.
You immediately get back up because you messaged the wrong hawk. I'm kidding. It takes a little bit. You assume he's probably trying to figure out words, the word limit. But he eventually responds with, Master, please. No need to worry. I'm already on my way. I imagine we have lots to catch up on. Expect me early morning, or late morning.
We have a hawk coming home. And I think that's the extent of what I needed to do in game tonight.
All right. Any further conversations that would like to be had before everyone falls asleep? All right. Demir, guess what? So this time in a game, it's taken a couple sessions, but it's still actually been today where you were talking about Auril and called her a bitch. So let's deal with that, shall we?
Okay, cool.
So let's see. But as you dream, you find yourself waking underneath snow. It is very cold and it's getting in your eyes, in your nose, in your mouth. What do you do?
Can I try digging up?
Sure. Roll a athletics check.
Okay. Oh shit! I didn't test roll any of my die. Oh god. Oh, that's what? Very fitting of me. That's an 11.
11. So you keep digging. You try to dig up. You can't really tell which way is up, so you're just trying to use your best judgment here. But it's very cold, and you don't have any air.
Fuck. Do I have do I have anything on me, or is it just me and my little handsies?
It's you in your hand.
Okay.
Your fingers are starting to grow numb with frostbite as you try to dig.
Yeah. I'm just can I just kind of with my hands in the snow, reaching just reaching a bunch of different directions and trying to see if I can break through to anything or feel any sort of difference, or just see if I can sense where the ice is coldest.
Roll an investigation check.
Oh boy. Okay, that is investigation. Oh, that is a 24.
24. Unfortunately, it all seems to be the same.
Oh.
You're fairly certain that it's all just snow in all directions.
I am under a snow
Can
bank.
you tell me your Constitution modifier, by the way?
+2.
Okay. So I'm going by drowning rules here.
Cool.
Which means that you can hold your breath for a total of 3 minutes under the snow.
Cool. Can I try Misty Step in? Let's just see in a random direction.
Okay. You do so. It is more snow.
More snow. Still in snow. Fuck.
Mhm.
Man. Sorry, I'm trying to think. So there's no getting out of the snow. I'm just slowly drowning underneath. Honestly, yeah. So like am I just like surrounded by snow, or am I like in little snow pockets? Like am I buried in powder?
You seem to be buried.
Yeah. Honestly, I think there's no real way out. So I think she's just going to kind of exhale and let go of the air that she's holding.
Okay.
Fill herself up with the snow.
So, according to the player's handbook, when a creature runs out of breath or is choking, it can survive for a number of rounds equal to its Constitution modifier. The snow is pressing in on you on all sides. It's filling you. You feel cold and numb, and your body is spasming slightly, but not in the waking world, just within the dream.
Yeah, she's given into the cold and the numb.
Okay. You think of Vervain. You think of that shrine you found in the mountain. And you think of Auril as your vision starts to grow dark. You just can't breathe. What is going through Demir's mind right now?
Maybe this is for the best.
Okay. So, I'll get back to you in a minute. We now direct our attention to Tobias. Tobias,
Oh,
you don't have any strange dreams, but
okay.
you find yourself waking in the middle of the night. Your internal clock tells you it's probably around like 2 or 3 in the morning. It is gross early. It is still dark outside. It's still snowing. And I assume you are in your room with Levy. Is that correct? Or did you choose somewhere else to sleep?
No, he would have been sleeping in the room with Levy.
Okay. You hear something calling to you outside. You can't really explain it. But you feel like there's something waiting for you.
Does the calling have a familiarity to it?
Roll an insight check.
Okay. That's an 8.
Hard to say. The calling is silent and wordless, but it feels powerful. Not necessarily benevolent, but not necessarily malevolent either.
Tobias is going to shake Levy awake. And as she rouses, he says, "There's something waiting for me outside."
Like a package?
No. I think it's one of Baba Yaga's knights.
Fuck. Should we get everybody else out? Or will they just stay outside if we ignore it?
I'm not sure I want to miss this chance.
Okay.
But I also don't feel it would be wise to go without informing the others.
Right.
If you can get the others awake, I can step out and see.
Don't step out there alone.
Does the presence feel like it's going to be leaving anytime soon? Or like, is it waiting?
Hard to tell.
Okay.
Just, I can get somebody up and they can get everybody else up. And then I'll come out with you.
All right.
I'll be real quick. She's gonna she's pulling on like her cozy little house robe and she's going down the hall and like already banging on Demir and Lish's door.
Lish, you hear someone knocking on your door, no problem.
His eyes open and he's just like, I mean, can he detach himself from where Demir is easily enough?
Oh yeah, Demir is sound asleep, laying still, breathing. She's out cold, you could say.
Sure. He'll creep from the bed to open up the door. Hello?
We have visitors from Baba Yaga.
Which is like,
Toby woke me up.
what do you mean?
Toby woke me up, and he said that there's a one of Baba Yaga's knights outside waiting for him. I'm not letting him go out there alone. Can you get everybody else up, please?
He's gonna go to the bed and shake Demir awake.
Levy's already off. She's
Demir
going.
does not wake up.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Tobias,
He will-
in the time that Levy goes to wake Lish, Tobias will have got his armor and gear on, and he'll have set Levy's out so that she can easily get her stuff on, and they can
Yeah.
go.
She's just grabbing like the circlet of intelligence, and then there's like her attunement items basically. The staff and shit like that.
Is the presence towards the front of the house, the side, or the back, or like?
It's towards the front of the house.
Okay.
You know that the property of the house, how to best describe this? It feels a little further away, like it's at the edge of the property. You'd probably need to walk down the path past the cemetery to get to it.
And it's just staying there, it's not coming close or anything?
As far as you can tell.
Okay. Tobias will inform Levy about where approximately he can sense it. And it wouldn't be visible from where they're standing, would it?
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
After trying to wake up Demir for a good effort there, he's going to go back to the hallway and call for Levy. Levy, she's not waking up.
What do you mean she's not waking up?
Something is wrong.
We already know that she gets dreams from Auril, that bitch, right?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Auril?
I don't know.
Shit.
Tobias, he can tell that the presence is getting more impatient as it calls.
I can't leave her. You go. Get the others.
Yeah. And she's running around getting people up. Fucking Erin, Valk.
Okay.
Basically, door opens, sees panic, shut door, door reopens, and Valk's just not armor because armor, but weapons, and it's just like ready.
Yeah. Not a Baba Yaga at the door. The Lich can't get Demir awake. We're gonna hope that this isn't bad.
Valk will probably swing past the Demir Lish bedroom to try a remove curse, and then we'll proceed down to the foyer.
Lish is looking extremely worried and is wrapping Demir up in the blankets.
Okay.
This is all I have time for. We got to deal with the threat at the door, but I cast a remove curse.
Cool. It doesn't seem to have an effect.
Well, I will deal with that once the other problems being dealt with. I promise, I will be right back, Lish.
Okay. So, marching order, please.
Tobias will be at the front.
Okay.
I'll take second.
All right. You're in front of Levy, I guess.
Yeah, Levy will bring up the rear, because.
All right. So it has continued to snow this evening. And it is still snowing as you walk down the path towards the edge of the property. I'd like perception check, please.
Fuck, that's a 9. Tobias is quite a bit anxious.
I beat Toby with a 10.
Uh, 9. She's
Okay.
concerned about Demir and this and that and the other fucking thing and all of it.
Practically none of you see the knight until you're fairly close to him, actually. He and his steed seems to be dark as night, and the rider himself seems to be older, scarred, but he sits on top of his horse with a scroll in his hand. He doesn't say anything, but Tobias, you can feel his eyes on you. He beckons you a little bit closer and holds out the scroll.
Oh, scroll. I thought you said skull.
Scroll.
Would be a pretty badass way to send a message.
Fucking would.
It starts talking.
Tobias will ask the knight, is that a message for me?
The knight does not speak, but he nods.
Tobias will take the scroll.
Okay. You'll need to get closer for that.
Oh, did we switch to I didn't realize we switched to the thing in the roll 20.
Levy's gonna be just a little ways back behind him with her staff drawn.
Okay. Aaron is gonna kind of move around this way.
Valk activates her wings and staff as a show of support for Toby and is ready to go if need be.
Okay. I will send you the scroll.
Yep. Once
Boop.
Tobias has the scroll, he'll back up.
Okay. The knight makes no effort to stop you. He's just watching and waiting.
Can I use my divine sense to get a read on this guy if he pops on one of my 3 sensors?
Fiend, celestial, or undead?
I believe so.
He registers as none.
Okay. Just future information.
Mm-hmm.
Something hobgoblin in full play. Who knows?
Tobias will...
Once you have finished reading the note,
Mm-hmm.
the knight pulls out from underneath his cloak a jar.
Tobias just raised a brow and say, well, at least he came prepared. He will approach the jar, kind of look at it, like determine what better way to go about doing this before just kind of holding his wrist over it and stuff, and using his carving knife, cutting it open so that he bleeds into the jar.
Okay. What are the
He's
rest
like,
of you
ah!
while this is happening? You see Tobias walk up to this knight, take a note, read it, and then walk up to the knight again and start cutting his wrist over a jar.
Toby?
Yeah, mind sharing with the rest of the class what the fuck is going on?
It was from her. She advised a pint of blood would make things easier.
Make what easier?
Unlocking the doors to her house.
Okay.
I guess
Tobias will hold his wrist over the jar until it fills with the pint.
Okay.
when the jar fills, Balk walks up and runs her hand along his wrist and it seals up.
All right. So Tobias, let's say you take 16 points of damage just from bleeding.
Yep.
But the knight nods, returns the jar to underneath his cloak, just vanishes. And where he had been standing, you can see the footprints of the horse in the snow. There's a small wooden token, maybe about like this big, carved to look like the night sky.
Tobias will take the token, kind of look it over, and say, 1 down, 2 to go. Turns back to the party and says, honestly, that went easier than I thought it would.
The goddamn nerve of this man.
Do we get any more context, or is this all we get?
Tobias will pass the note to Levy, Valk, and Aaron and stuff to read. I put it in the general. Oh wait, no, I probably should have put it in the would it go in general? No, would it go in campaign info?
I can go in general. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm not super strict about where things go.
Yeah. And he'll say, she has an owl bear. Specifically, the owl bear that is the source of my curse. After what it's done for me, I felt it fair to see it released. This is the information that I asked the hag for.
See.
Well, we don't have time to unpack all of that. We also need to go deal with Demir.
What happened with Demir?
She's not waking up.
Auril.
Probably Auril. We don't know.
Was she still alive?
Yeah. And remove curse didn't do anything, so we should get back.
Tobias will lead the way back to the house.
While that was happening, Lisha's gonna try dropping a greater restoration on her.
Okay.
5th level. See if that does anything.
No effect.
Mm.
Doesn't Levy have telepathy?
Kind of. Let me double check here.
Would be an easy
Yeah,
way to
she
see if
can
anyone's home.
speak telepathically to any creature you can see within 130 feet. Don't need to share language. Gotta be understand at least one. Yeah. And she can respond for an hour. Okay. Cool. Levy's gonna beam Demir with hello, are you okay? We've been
Knock,
trying
knock.
to reach
Anyone
you about
home?
your car's extended warranty.
What is Demir thinking while she's trying to dig through the snow? You cannot communicate back to Levy, but this is what Levy will hear while you're trying to dig your way out of the snow.
Fuck, fuck, fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. Also, I don't know. It's not like really like a thought as much as just like this is expected feeling. Like she kind of she has the sense that she's dreaming because usually you don't just find yourself buried in snow with no real memory of it. So there's like an awareness that this is a dream. There is awareness that this has probably more to do with Auril than anything else. But just like the firmest, stubborn feeling of like, I will either find a way out of this or I won't. But it will be me. So it's very like it's fuck, 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 but pure stubborn fuck, fuck, fuck.
Like fucking this bullshit again. God damn it. Like fucking I gotta deal with this shit now. Like just over it. Like I'll deal with this one way or another, but god fucking damn it.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Not very coherent thinking, but definitely just like fuck.
I feel like that's Demir's mind, like most of the time, though. If you were to use telepathy on her, just like ever-growing stream amounts of fuck.
Yeah, like Demir,
So she's fine.
I don't think Demir is the kind of person that like thinks in like words as much as she just thinks in feelings or like thinks in images, and the images fuck.
I would like to add a little flavor text, I guess, and say that Levy's eyes glow and kind of shimmer do some sparkly bullshit in, of course, bright neon green before. But now that she's been, for lack of better phrasing, given some kernel of power from a goddess, it probably has some kind of pink or purple mixed in there now. And
Fluorescence.
yeah. And then she's kind of blinking and she's like, no, this seems like typical Demir. this seems she seems
Yeah, as far as
okay.
you can tell, she is sleeping.
She's just really asleep. The fact that she can't wake up is still concerning, but I mean, she's not being hurt or nothing that I could tell. All I'm getting is her usual indignance over a lot of things.
This is not usual.
No.
He's got her like bundled up now in the blankets and kind of has his hand on Demir's forehead, petting her hair.
She doesn't seem overly distressed, just kind of, maybe she might be dreaming that she's kind of stuck in a situation right now and she's bound and determined to get out of it. But other than that, it's mostly just concerning that she can't wake up, that she won't wake up.
What is she saying exactly in the dream?
Fuck. She'll convey more accurately and more in depth of like what she got from Demir and just the impression of like I confirmed with Avery. Demir's just like, God fucking damn it, this fucking bullshit. Of course it wasn't fixed. Like, still gotta deal with this, but I'm gonna do it, kind of thing. Seems like she's not surprised that she's currently stuck in a dream, more annoyed.
Well, no, if it's something to do with Auril, I'm sure that she's not surprised at all. Let's just, it's a frustrated noise. And just stroking Demir's hair, just say, Auril, enough of this. Enough.
At least I can tell she's not being hurt or nothing. It doesn't seem like. Tea? Anybody? Anybody want tea? Something?
Lish just shakes his head and he's gonna point. Is Valkyria there?
Yeah.
He's gonna point at Valkyria and then point at Demir. Stay here with her. And he's going to just kind of squeeze Demir's hand again and he's going to go. He's going to grab his haversack and start heading outside.
I believe he's following him.
Valk does a salute and pulls out both her holy symbol and the Mr. Holy symbol and is praying over the sleeping Demir.
Lish is very much kind of talking to the air as he goes, kind of like grumbling a little bit, like, I was going to wait until the morning in order to address this, but I suppose now in the middle of the night is just a good enough time to do so. And he's heading to the graveyard.
Okay.
Grumbling to
believe he's
himself.
following him.
It's fine. It's not going to stop her.
No, it's still
And
snowing
he's
slightly.
gonna
It's
start.
not the kind of snow that that's good for making like snowballs or anything. It's more of like a powdery kind of snow.
And he's gonna start just scrounging around the graveyard.
All right, roll an investigation check.
I will say that Levy, it doesn't say that it like breaks if she like leaves a certain area or she looks away from Demir or anything, so she's gonna keep that mind link up since it's already established. Just to keep tabs on Demir and her fucking shit to make sure that it doesn't turn to distress.
That's an 8 for my investigation.
You find twigs from the dead tree. Demir, roll a religion check real quick. Lish, what specifically are you looking for?
He is looking for hunks of marble, big enough pieces that he can carry, but aren't too huge. He wants at least like 2 or 3 hunks of marble from any chunks of like just broken tombstones or parts of the crypt that can pull away or have already fallen.
You're not really finding anything that would work for what you're necessarily hoping for.
He'll look around for a while and then he'll turn to Levy and be like, if you followed me all the way out here, you may as well help me look. I'm looking for pieces to make a shrine.
Okay, yeah. She'll start digging through as well. I'm keeping an ear out for Demir just to make sure she isn't getting distressed or nothing.
He just nods curtly and returns to scrounging. I'm sure it's fucking pitch black as shit out there. Like even with the snow,
it is dark.
Dark.
Levy, you don't have dark vision, do you?
Let's see if I have any kind of light.
Don't think so, but she could cast dancing lights.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that'd be helpful.
It's free light, baby.
I cast moonbeam in the sky to light up the area.
Yeah, no, she'll cast dancing lights and give Lish 2 orbs and keep 2 orbs for herself to help shuffle around and look.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Cool. Oh, sick. Total of 23.
Oh shit.
23. Okay. So you and Lish are looking around within the snowy graveyard. It is pitch dark, and with your lights and the headstones and the tree, it's casting some very interesting shadows just all over the place. But you are able to peer through the shadows, look around, and you're able to find a few smaller chunks of marble that have seemed to have broken off of the headstones over the years.
Okay. She'll point them out to Lish as she finds them and go, oh, there's one, there's another one.
Is there like a piece that's big enough to be like a slab?
Not really a slab. I'd say the biggest one is probably as big as my hand.
Okay, that's good enough, I think. He will collect the different pieces together.
Okay.
And he'll just kind of step out of the graveyard and step off to the side a little bit and just kind of put the pieces down on the ground and just kind of see what he's got. Got like
Okay.
a small slab and some other bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Small slab, bits and pieces.
Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Well, it won't be quite as nice as I had wanted it to be made, but really you only have yourself to blame, he says to the air as he gathers the marble back up into his shirt, I guess. And he's gonna kind of start walking off into the wood grounds that exist kind of off of the graveyard.
Okay.
He's gonna try and find a more secluded spot, and Levy can follow him. He doesn't care.
She's just worried. This is apparently this episode of The Wild Roses is Levy's worried about everybody and won't leave anybody alone.
Yeah, so he's gonna find a nice secluded little spot in the woods nearby, some place that's not gonna get tread on very frequently. And he's gonna kind of start to arrange the stones, kind of stacking them on top of each other. And he's going to, let's see what spells I have for him here. Let's see. I do thankfully have plant growth prepared. Let's see. I want to use plant growth on the marble in order to kind of lift the, with vines, lift the different hunks of marble up aloft off of the ground and create basically a little shrine of held together marble pieces and roots and plants.
Okay.
With the slab kind of as the altarpiece and the smaller chunks kind of forming like a little dome on top, sort of like a, where you might put a candle.
Hold on, I'm typing something. So what do you do to imbue this shrine you're making with holy power?
Well, he's gonna build it first. And we're in the snow. So kind of as he's pulling the vines and leaves up, he's using a bit of druidcraft as well as the growth power to pull some of the snow comes up with it. The variety of plants that it is just like woody, evergreen, yew, and holly kind of mixed in together. Very strong, very old, pulling the snow up from the ground as it goes.
Okay.
And just with all of his intention. But once it's more or less set, he's going to take, he has Cone of Cold prepared, and he's gonna grip it by the base of the shrine, and he's going to shoot a. Let's see how high I can shoot a cone of cold. He's gonna shoot a cone of cold at the 7th level slot he's got into and around this shrine.
Okay. So you successfully coat the shrine and the grass and snow around it in ice. It would be quite pretty if it didn't look so dangerous. Now, as I said, what do you do to make this shrine holy?
Right. And so he's going to take, let's see here. Again, he's kind of cursing his lack of being able to prepare for this.
By the way, I did not expect this direction to happen. I kind of expected Tobias to just walk out, do the blood thing, and then walk back in, and then it would be fine. But like, I am yes-anding you guys so hard right now.
Sorry, Levy's nosy as fuck.
Levy would be remembering this detail from doing research on the queen bitch. It requires a sacrifice.
The sacrifice.
Oh yeah, didn't she read that somewhere or something?
Yeah, she was studying, actually, literally the other day.
Oh.
Which is why Demir was calling Auril a bitch anyway.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Kedlish, would it be adequate help to have the local nerd help Lish out with this?
I mean, you can talk to him about what you read in the book. The book, I believe, was called Ice Priest. If you want to find that in your DM.
Yeah, she doesn't have her notebook on her, of course, but she'll be like, if he's visibly like struggling or scratching his head,
well, he's going through his bag like, oh, fuck. I don't have any candles on me.
Gotcha. I think
you can run back to the house and grab some shit if you want.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah. Levy will be like, I'll be right there. And she's gonna run upstairs and dig through her gear for, I think she gave one of the kiddos one of her dad's daggers, but she still has the other one, I believe.
I believe so, yeah.
Sick. So she's gonna go grab that. And then come back downstairs. And grab her notebook while she's at it and be like, I took notes on stuff like this, just in case. I mean, if you need a sacrifice, she's gonna hold up the dagger like, because
are you offering yourself up as a sacrifice? Is that what you're saying?
Myself, but like the blood, if that would be safe in your opinion.
I do not know if I think that Auril needs my blood. I don't know if that would be the greatest of ideas. You know, blood has properties to it, and you really shouldn't just be handing it over to anybody.
So, like,
Rabbit would also
do we
work.
get like a bird or something?
A bird? I don't think that
What?
is necessary.
I just had my research said it takes like a sacrifice or something. I don't know what we're sacrificing. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to help. It's so late.
You could ask the religious nerd
Fuck.
since you're inside the house.
So true. I'll go ask Volk. How about I'll go ask Volk.
Lish'll go run back inside with you. He's gonna try and find some candles.
She's coming up. Hey Volk, what would count as a sacrifice to a god? No context, eat shit.
When you enter the room, you can kind of see trails of kind of almost, I don't want to say shadow because it's not sinister, but like sunset almost colors kind of dripping off of her almost as she's praying. And when you ask that question, Val just kind of,
No, we're just trying to make a call.
to what god? Their preferences vary.
We could always sacrifice the brain. Does anybody know where it is in the house?
No, not our brave puppies.
We did get a new
Auril.
puppy and a new kitten, so we could.
Auril. We're just trying to make a call.
Makes sense.
We're like, let's just try to make a call, and I'm trying to help. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice.
You took the notes, right?
Did take the note.
Weren't you researching Auril? Can I
Yeah,
quickly
just know
read your
that it-
notes?
I just know that it requires a sacrifice, right?
Require no, likelihood yes. Let's see. The bit I know about Auril is winter, evil, survival. She's gonna want something juicy. You'll probably want to sacrifice an animal or something. And you can see there's distaste on Valk's face when she says sacrifice an animal.
All right. Just runs back down the stairs to meet Lish. I
If
mean, will
not,
it take?
more.
Will it take a sacrifice? Have you talked to her without one before?
I think meditating on it before going that far we'll see.
Wait. Okay.
I don't have many things I think she would like, but there are a few things she might accept without needing to go into bloodletting. Not that she prefers bloodletting over the blood staying right where it is forever and always in a little ice cube. Anyways.
So like a frozen steak. like a frozen
A frozen steak.
Freezing an
Steak
animal
dinner?
alive would be effective.
Steak dinner.
Perhaps I will hunt later, but I want to do these things first. And he probably was able to find some candles
Mhm.
in the house somewhere, and
Yeah.
he's got a glass from the kitchen, and what else have I got? And another dish. He's got like a dish, a glass, and some candles, and so he was gonna go and take those out.
Lazy, do you join him?
Levy is gonna stay in kind of like that front room of the house, kind of that front sitting area next to the entryway, because she's not wearing like anything suited for cold weather, so she'd just freeze out there, and that wouldn't be very helpful to Lish. So she'll wait up for
I mean,
him, but yeah,
it could
like
be
the
very, very
gallery.
helpful for activating the shrine, but not helpful if he wants her to live.
You could tag out with Valk.
Could tag out with Valk.
Lish just kind of is like, I will need to meditate for a while.
Okay.
I don't think it will be very entertaining.
No. Okay. I'll be in here. You just, poke your head in and give me a shout if you need anything else.
Just kind of nods and heads out.
Okay. So who is in the room with Demir right now?
Valk staying until replaced.
Okay.
Tobias will be hanging out in the room with Demir since Lish and Levy are both away. He'll probably be holding her hand and avoiding looking at Valk.
Valk and Tobias. As you are both in the room, the lights seem to flicker a little bit, and a crow lands on the windowsill. It kind of peeks inside, turning its head either way, and then flies off. And Demir takes a deep breath and sits straight up.
Did you say crow or raven?
Crow.
That's not one of mine.
Demir, you're awake now.
Oh shit.
You felt what seemed to be a hand reaching through the snow and pulling you up. And here you are in your room. Valk's here, and Tobias. You don't know where Lish is.
What? Hi? What are you doing here?
We were worried about you.
More towards Volk when she said, "What are you doing here?" than Toby.
Oh. Tobias is about to... But I guess Tobias is about to say something before he
I'm sorry.
Closes his mouth.
Valk looks down at you like pausing, praying, putting the things away. It would appear you were paying the price for your... I guess I'm just gonna say heresy. Your heresy towards Auril.
Yeah. Demir is going to turn to Toby and just, where's Lish? What happened? I mean,
You were not waking.
Lish went downstairs, I believe, to try and find a way to contact Auril to get her to stop.
Might be a little unnecessary. Demir is like going to try and crawl out of bed. Do I feel okay?
You feel
Like,
perfectly
physically?
fine, which is strange because you felt like you'd feel cold or at the very least sore from trying to dig yourself out. But you feel like you just got a good night's rest.
Okay. Yeah. Demir is going to dragging Toby by the hand, start heading down. And she is like for Toby's reference, she is gripping him real tight. Like a little verging on the like painful tight grip, but it doesn't seem like she's aware of that.
Tobias will let her.
Yeah, and she's just going downstairs, try and find Lish.
You
I'll
see
invest.
Levy waiting in the foyer. Doing shit. Sorry. Cat.
Levy noticed that Demir was up and awake, probably because she still had the mental link with her.
Hmm.
Levy will kind of look over to Demir and be like, he's out there meditating.
Okay. Like on her way downstairs out the door is just grabbing Levy's hand with her other hand.
You seem to want to be left alone.
She's going out. Dragging them both if they let her.
Levy's kind of digging her heels in and being like, he's real worried about you. He's bound and determined to give Auril a piece of his mind about this.
I need to. We need to talk. And so,
You have to talk to him?
We all, yes. No, yes, all of us.
Okay.
He's going to let go of Levy's hand and just keep dragging Toby. And you, like, because Levy still has the mind link up, Demir is, like, continuing the fuck parade. But this time it is, oh shit, I fucked up. This might be bad. And like she is dragging Toby, and there's like it's the like seeking comfort, seeking familiarity, but she is not really even aware that she is like holding his hand. Like she's just got the comfort there, but she is focused on trying to get to Lish.
Levy's gonna chime in Demir's head and go, Demir, hey, slow down. At least, just for a second. It is freezing out there. Can you please take my robe at least? She's just pumping the brakes just a little bit. Just a little. It's all snowy and icy and shit. Just, and she's already, she's not fucking saying anything out loud. She's standing up and she's taking off her like cozy house robe, and she's like catching up to Demir and trying to put it on like over her shoulders.
When Levy like in her head says that it's cold and like cold out there, Demir kind of stops and looks around and for the first time seems to notice the snow. And just thanks. And she'll take the robe and just like throw it on very quickly and look to Toby and Levy and just I think I think I may have made a deal. Where he's in the cemetery? You said?
Yeah, he's in the cemetery. I helped him build a little thing to meditate
Yeah.
over.
Demir is heading that way.
Okay, and Levy's gonna stay
Okay.
and just
Strangely enough, you're not really feeling the bite of the cold. You feel comfortable.
Yeah. that doesn't help Demir very much. She is just going and not stopping again if she can help it until she gets to the cemetery.
Lish, how does Demir find you?
He has set up the candles on the different areas of wood and pieces of marble around it, and has lit them and has poured a little tiny stemmed sniffer glass with some really nice wine, some of that Elverquist wine, and has filled up a little dish next to it with I was thinking some of the snowdrop tea that I got from, I think it was from Asvelma, and just some loose tea in there. And he's sat back into the snow and ice that he's made around this place, and he's just doing a bit of meditating in front of it. Basically, like, this feud is over now. Enough of this. Your shrine is back in a different place. If you have any problems, bring them to me. Demir is under my protection, as you well know.
Make a persuasion or a religion check. Your choice.
Persuasion or religion? Let's go with persuasion. Okay. That's a non-natural 20.
All right. You feel like your words have been heard.
Okay.
Demir, this is what you see as you approach, dragging your other partners along by the hand.
Who all is coming with her?
I think it's just Toby.
Just Tobias.
Oh,
Levy
it's not
stayed
a-
behind.
It's not a baby chain of.
Yeah, when Demir sees him, she's just Vervain.
And he'll look up and kind of raise his arms at her.
And she'll just run, let go of Toby and run into his arms. Just, I think I fucked up. I told you guys before that there was this voice, and she came to me again, and I was drowning under the snow, and she offered to help, and I took it. and I think I may have made a deal, and I don't know what I just did. Help.
A deal with what?
She called herself the mistress of the night.
Can I roll some kind of check? Does this seem
Roll a
familiar?
religion check.
$12.
I mean, you don't know.
I didn't mean to. I just I was under snow and I couldn't get out and I couldn't die and I she came she was in my head when we were in the mountains and we found that other shrine. I told you that there was a voice speaking to me and it was the same voice, and she's been in my head before and she's been calling to me and I've been ignoring her, and then I don't know what I agreed to, but she offered to get me out and I said yes. She wanted me to fight for her, but I told her I don't. I can't. I don't know what. I don't know what I did.
Are there any beings related to crows? Before Demir woke up, a crow landed on the windowsill and looked into the room.
Tobias, you can roll a religion check.
Oh!
There were crows in the shrine.
Yo, that's kind of pog, you guys. That was a 23.
3.
Poggers.
Let me send you a message.
Valk has been investigating where the crow landed this entire time and doing her own religion. This ain't good.
Just 1 second. And Valk, if you're trying to do religion, you can roll a religion check too.
$19.
19. Okay.
When Tobias asked if the crow had anything to do with it, he's hit by the sudden realization of some little piece of a memory, probably from the myriad of books he used to read. And he just goes, "Oh, fuck."
Demir looks over at Toby like, God.
There's only one being that comes to mind, and it's Shar, the Raven Queen.
The Raven Queen and Shar are two different entities.
Oh, I misread. Says, well, the two entities, let me correct that. The two entities that I can think of are the Raven Queen or Shar, the goddess of darkness.
She called herself the Mistress of Night.
It was probably more akin to Shar. She's well known. She's also known as, well, alongside Goddess of Darkness, but Forgetfulness, Loss, and Night.
Lish is absolutely glaring at the shrine that he's just created. Absolutely furious. And he almost kind of like, he's just very sharp and saying, now see, look at what your petty bullshit has wrought. Foolish. He's not saying that to Demir. He is saying that to to the shrine. You're creating havoc and opening us up to even more conflict and pain outside of your own chaotic domain. He looks down to Demir, though, and says, you don't know what she wanted.
She told me she wanted me to fight in her name.
But you said you could not fight for her.
I fight in the name of someone else.
Did she mention who she wanted you to fight?
No. I didn't think to ask.
What else did she say? Anything?
No harm would come to me or my companions if I took the deal. And
she can't promise that. She can't even save herself.
and she told me I could embrace more of my power in dealing with her. But I don't. I don't imagine that would be true.
She didn't need to get you out. I got you out.
Are we sure?
Slipping in as some third-party interloper at the last second to cut some deal with no set terms. Doesn't sound like a very ironclad bargain.
I mean, I agree with that, yes. I'm just saying, do we know for certain that it was you that managed to convince Auril to let Demir go? Or was it the deal that Demir made?
I just told her to get me out of the dream. I didn't. But you did say we need more allies.
This is not what I meant.
Wouldn't it help to have more than a dying goddess on our side?
Finding friends and allies, but not binding ourselves to any old creature that comes around promising power. Gods popping out of any old hole. How does that
Then
help?
perhaps we need to find more out about this god. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that obviously we make a deal. But at the very least, if we know more about her, we can try and understand what it is she wanted from Demir. Why she picked her to begin with. Potentially see if there was underlying motives or what she could be hiding or planning. That sort of thing.
Don't disagree. I'm just glad you are safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he kind of...
I'm sorry I scared you all.
Kind of squeezes her. But he looks up at Tobias and says, "What happened with your creature?"
Creature?
Ah. Yes. It was one of Baba Yaga's nights. Specifically, I have the name of it. I have the name. Oh.
Black Knight.
There it is. Thank you. I was like scrolling through it. I'm like, what the hell? I thought I pinned it. It was one of Baba Yaga's nights, specifically Black Knight.
Can I roll like a history check?
Yeah, roll a history check.
Know anything about this thing?
There was a night of Baba Yaga here?
I got a 10.
And you know that Baba Yaga has 3 horsemen, but you don't know too much about them. You know that they're fae in nature, technically.
Hmm. What did it want? How did it find you?
because she knows that I've been looking into her. It gave me a letter. And Tobias will give the scroll to Lish and Demir and say, there are 3 in total. 1 has been dealt with. There are 2 left. This is what I made the deal for.
To what end, Tobias?
I want the owlbear to be free. It's the origin of my curse, and after what it's done for me, I feel that it's only fair.
You don't owe anything to it. You do realize that.
I believe I do. It helped give me the strength to join all of you, fight alongside all of you. I wouldn't be able to do what I can without it.
Tobias, strength you have comes from you. I know you can't see yourself the way we do, but I don't think it's the beast within that strengthens you. I think it's you.
Regardless of whatever the point may be, this is something that I want. This is something that I would like to try. I don't intend to be careless about it either. Which is why I would like your help going forward.
You don't intend to be careless about it. And yet, according to this letter, you have given her a pint of your own blood.
Given the circumstances, it felt better to play along.
Play along.
Either make it easy or try to fight the night. We don't know what that thing is capable of. We don't know what any of them are capable of. Demir was not waking up. You are not with us.
Well, perhaps if you had stopped your probing into this, it would not have come for you. She would not be aware of you. This could be something that is pursued once we've stopped the entire world from breaking. She is not to be taken lightly, and I know you say you understand that, but a pint of your own blood and whatever else she takes from you by the end of this pursuit will potentially leave you being nothing the person you were at the start of this quest. Do you want to lose yourself? Be changed. and probably, potentially, not in a good way. What is this worth to you now, right now, to pursue?
Tobias just remains quiet. His expression is probably more akin to someone that is trying to find the answer in their own head.
I understand that this owl bear is important to you. And under the right circumstances, I would be more than happy to help with getting their freedom. I just cannot help but think that it is causing more chaos, distraction, destruction.
I mean, everything is already breaking. What is a sledgehammer to an already broken mirror?
I don't want us to lose more allies.
Doesn't she
It is
have an
freezing.
interest in preventing the gods and time from unraveling too? She's not unreasonable.
Hags. Lisha's gonna stand up with Demir and just kind of gesture everybody to kind of head back where it's warm.
All right.
Before she goes, Demir is going to linger a minute and look at the little shrine that Lish made. And she's going to
Gonna blow this one up too.
considering it. No, she's going to cast a wall of ice and see if she can just kind of make a little like two little pillars of ice and a little triangle roof. Just make a little cover for it.
Okay.
Not worshipping or giving creed to Auril, but just completing his little shrine for her.
All right.
And then she will take both of their hands and walk back to the house with them.
Okay.
As we're walking though back towards the house, Lish will just kind of say quietly, and he'll ask, "There's 3 keys, you said, Tobias?"
Two left, and he'll take out the 1 token that he received from Black Knight.
Lish will kind of hold out his hand to see it.
Tobias will give it to him.
Can I take a look at this and see if I know anything about it?
Seems to be a small wooden token, as I mentioned before, carved to look like the night sky. Demir, you can see that it has transmutation aura to it.
That's
But
magical.
Lish, you're able to put together that if this night had one of these, stands to reason that the others will also have similar tokens. And Baba Yaga is many things, but you do not believe that she was necessarily lying to Tobias in her letter.
Lying, no. Being tricksy, possibly. He'll hand the token back to Tobias and ask any ideas what the other two might be. Price-wise, that is.
I'm uncertain if the price will remain the same or if it will change. But I do know that their appearances are tied to the time of day. One is related to the dawn. Is one related to the dawn and one related to the midday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One related to the dawn and one related to the midday. I'll know when they're coming.
They are referred to as bright day, red sun, and you just encountered black night.
Yeah. There's bright day, red sun. I'll know before they get here.
I'm sorry that my shit got in the way.
It didn't. It never would. I'm sorry that my visitor came in so unexpected.
I have a feeling they'll all be unexpected. That is the way of things. But next time Demir is going to look over at Lish. You should really be with Toby for that next. Next time.
We shall see. Of course, I will do everything in my power to make sure that Tobias is safe. But if you're in active peril as well,
I know. I don't. You are in an impossible situation.
Tobias had Levi and Valkyria with him.
And Aaron.
And Aaron, and they all stood there and watched, I'm sure.
It's probably for the best. I didn't want them to jeopardize. I didn't want things to suddenly go south by someone jumping.
They are fake creatures tied to her power. I sincerely doubt that it would have done any of us much good.
Precisely. You've said how powerful Baba Yaga is. I'd hate to drag the rest of you into a fight without proper preparation. So if it can be avoided, I'd rather that would be the case.
by this point, you all have been running around like crazy long enough that the sun has begun to rise, turning the gray clouds above into a little lighter. It has stopped snowing for the moment. You all make your way back to the house in one form or another when you hear a knock on the door.
Major the knock. Tobias is gonna remember if it's that fucking vampire.
Actually, I was gonna say something when people got back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
So when people come inside the house, Valk is like leaning over the banister, and you can see the wood has started to crack around her hands. And like the dark corners of the room appear darker. And she goes, "What have you done?"
I wish I could tell you.
That wasn't a raven. The Raven Queen would have been better than the one who brings crows.
I don't think I don't know. I didn't agree to anything. I did ask for help. Or aid, yes.
Auril. Auril's spite is better than Shar's favor. You fool. At which point Valk just turns and walks away. And as she leaves the room, the light kind of goes back to where it should be.
Yeah. Demir just like looks down for a moment and then looks to Lish and Toby and just, I need to figure out what I did.
They're in the foyer, right?
Yeah, I assume.
Levy's gonna. I'm going to the library. She's gonna scuttle off. She's gonna go do some research about this.
Yeah, good plan.
You can come with if you want, Demir. I'm gonna hit the books.
Yeah, what time is it?
Like 5 or 6 in the morning at least, probably, because we woke up around like 3.
That's close to like 6:37.
Yeah, I'm going to I'll get breakfast going. I'm not good with the books. And Demir is just going to go towards the kitchen and
Levy's gonna reach out and grab her hand really quick.
She'll stop and look at Levy.
And Levy's gonna give Demir a little kissy. Because she
Chill
can see she's all nervous and she doesn't know what else to do.
Demir,
before, I was
when
just gonna say
Levy,
before Demir, I was just gonna say real quick before Demir leaves his arms to go towards the kitchen, he'll just give her a little hug and a nuzzle and let her go on her way.
Demir nuzzles back, and when Levy grabs her hand and kisses her, Demir, like, there's a moment where she's just kind of like frozen there, and then she's going to like kind of grab Levy by the back of her head and pull her into a slightly deeper kiss, and then let her go and scurry off to the kitchen.
Levy's gonna scurry off to the library.
We'll say that the door knock happens at this point. Does anyone go to answer it?
Tobias is gonna fucking answer. He's like, I swear to fucking God, if it's this goddamn vampire. He opens the door. Who is it?
Tobias sees a familiar, newly polished metal face. And a brand new suit of half
Close it. Close it. Close it. Close it.
It's Hawk, the
Tobias-
vampire. Well known.
Tobias, upon seeing Hawk, his eyes go wide.
And he is wearing a sun hat approximately the size of a wizard's hat.
When Tobias sees Hawk, his eyes go wide. And he says, oh my God! Like he just exclaims, and then immediately wraps Hawk into a bear hug. Probably knocking the hat off of his head as he almost like picks Hawk up and holds him close. And he says, I've missed you, brother.
Oh, well, I meant for this to be a little more. Well, you guys did request a grand entrance, but I guess this will have to do. Hawk hugs back as a griffin picks up the hat behind him.
A full-size griffin, or just like
a full-size goddamn griffin with an owl head.
Tobias is going to shout into the house that Hawk is home. He'll also finally put Hawk down.
Touches back on the floor and reaches back for the hat. And goes, oh, thank you. Just puts it right back on. Sort of like right on his head.
Lish is just kind of standing there in the foyer, kind of just watching quietly.
Looks up and goes, you did request a big hat, didn't you?
I do believe that is what I had in mind. Oh, who did we lose?
Felix is gone.
We lost Felix.
Felix is out. Okay.
They said they gotta bounce.
That's all right. We're almost done. Just wanted to get Hawk back. Give him a proper moment for reunion.
It's me.
Robot boy home.
All right. So, for the first time in a while, all members of the Wild Roses are present. And because of that, you level up again.
Hey!
Hey!
Well, that and, the vision you had last time, but it's all good. Avery, I will talk to you. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. First of all, that shrine I rolled was just a random roll. Second of all, Demir would have woken up at dawn anyway. So
As Valk said, Auril's spite is better than Char's favor.
But we'll talk. It's fine.
Also, I
sometimes
might
you
need
just
to
gotta
talk.
yes and your way into a deal with the goddess of darkness and pain and loss and trickery.
Look.
It's fine. It's safe. It's healthy. It's wholesome.
I think that means Demir's made a worse deal than Tobias, so he's off the hook now.
Yeah.
Or
Demir's
maybe
in
everybody's
deep
on
shit.
the hook.
I'll talk to you.
For every.
But in the meantime, thank you for playing, guys. And I'll see you next time.
Looking forward to it.
Hey.